Hi guys, I thought I would share a video of what I'm working on with Tilly. So she is one of our newer dog walks. I'm actually working her in the house here, and I thought it would be important to share with you guys how I actually start off a lot of my dog walks. So if I have the luxury of working the dogs in the house first, I always will, because this is where reactivity starts. This is where a lot of owners go wrong with when they've got a dog that's pulling on the leash. They want to get them straight outside right off the get-go, when there's a lot of work that can be done in the house to make sure your dog is engaged with you, making sure they understand leash pressure first. And I thought I would share a little snippet of what I'm working on. So I'm here with Tilly. I'm just about to take her on a bit of a walk. Good girl, sweetheart. We've done some work in the house with her, and then we're just going to do some work around the gate. They've got a pretty steep set of stairs there, and I'm still introducing her to the leash and the pressure. She was fostered by her owner not too long ago, actually, so we don't really know what sort of exposure she's had to the outside world. She's definitely not very familiar with how to walk on a leash by any means, so we're just wanting to do some training with her. Tilly, in regards to that, come here. So what our owners really reached out for is just some help with some dog walks, just to make sure that when she's able to take her back out again, that she's not going to be pulling her down the street or anything. But just like with anything else, leash pulling doesn't start outside. There's lots of things that you've got to work on in the house first, which we've been teaching her in the house how to respond to leash pressure, and also been speaking to our owners about how to set up some structure in place too, so that it really helps translate for when we're out here. We're not just starting all the work outside. We've started some foundations inside as well to help her really have a very mainstream form of communication with us, so that we're not just trying to communicate to her around all of these distractions. She knows this in low distraction environments first, but then again, outside the house is like another little area where, as opposed to heading out on the walk today, we might just be working around the front yard and around the street, and that's completely fine. We've got to meet the dog where they're at. Tilly. Good girl. Good job. But I thought this video might be useful to those of you that have dogs that, maybe they're really struggling outside. Go back to basics. Start around the house. Start in the front driveway. Start in your front patio. Make sure they're good there first before you start venturing out. I think the biggest thing, or the biggest mistake that I see owners making when they've got reactive dogs, is just trying to flood them always around dogs, which isn't always the case. There's so many other things that you've got to be working on in the house and around the house first, just like teaching your dog how to respond to leash pressure, because at the moment, if we went out and found lots of things, we know that Tilly's not going to respond in an amazing way because she's already pulling here. So we really want to make sure we're good here before we venture on, but I will keep you guys posted. So as you guys can see, this is really raw footage. I wanted to share this because in reality, this is what you guys will probably be going through with your dogs if they're pulling outside on the leash, or maybe they're reactive on the leash. They're going to start being a bit more tuned out as soon as you get out the front door. So I thought this might give you guys a few tips on what you can start working on the leash to make sure that your dog starts to tune in a little bit more, as well as many other things inside the house as well. Feel free to reach out if you're needing more guidance there. But I hope this video has given you value. It's important to remember that if you've got a reactive dog or a dog that's pulling on the leash, that you're doing some work in the house and around the house first before you venture out around higher distractions. I hope this has helped you. I'll continue to share as much footage as possible, and comment below if this has added value to you.